Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, lived a rich man who had two sons, Max and Leo. Max and Leo grew into strong men, but they were, surprisingly, very different. Max, who was a bit older than Leo, loved working in the fields and looking after his father's livestock. He would work from morning to evening, only taking break to eat. Leo, on the other hand, Leo did not really like working. However, he had big dreams of adventure. He had many books and maps in his room. He always wondered how life was out of his father's house, in lands further away. Leo's desire to see the world was inspired by a book he read on the adventures of Azrael. He imagined that life was much more eventful outside his father's house. He had many wild thoughts, but was not really sure what life was like out there. You see, those days there was no internet. If you want to see anything, you have to go look for that thing yourself. This cannot be the life that everyone on earth is living. I need to go out there and see what the rest of the world is up to. I need to go and see the world for myself.
What is life if I'm rich but am locked in this beautiful house? I need to talk to my father. Father, I know when you die, we will share all this you have since we are the only heirs to your properties. But I cannot wait any longer. I want my share of the money now. I want to travel, see the world, and have fun. Are you sure, my son? I am worried. There are bad people out there. Home is always safe, and riches don't last forever, especially if you do not know how to invest the wealth out there. Oh, don't worry, Father. I know exactly what I'm doing. Look at all these maps on my wall, all these books. I have been studying a lot. These are new worlds that I want to see. I will be careful with my money. I am your son after all. I am sure I am good with money as you are. Leo and his father argued for some time, but Leo was as stubborn as a mule. All this time, Max was doing what he does every day, taking care of his father's wealth. The father, who was getting old, gave in and agreed to share his wealth between the two boys, Max and Leo. They both got an equal amount of money: sheep, goats, camels, and many other. The father was very fair. Both sons were happy with their portions. That night, Leo did not sleep. He kept thinking about what he was going to see once he leaves home. Tomorrow I will go to the market and sell everything. I can't travel with goats and sheep. I am going very far from this sleepy place.
The next morning, Leo was the first at the market. He wanted to sell his inheritance as fast as he can so that he starts his long-awaited journey.
He sold everything, some at a bargain. All he wanted was money, and he was happy that he sold everything. All right, let me go and say my goodbyes to Dad and Max. And just like that, Leo left home, off to explore the world. The father was sad. At least he had Max around, but he already missed Leo even though he had barely left the town. Leo walked for days. He rode in a horse-drawn cart, rode a canoe, rode a camel. He saw a lot of amazing things along the way. He settled in a town he thought had the most vibe. This is the life: food, music, friends. I'm the richest guy in town. Leo never worked since he got to the vibey town. He had many friends and threw parties daily. His friends told him he was the best guy ever. Yay, Leo, you're the best! One evening, he sat down to count his money. Is this all I'm left with? This is bad, very, very bad. He could not stop his bad habits. Many people thought he was the richest, so he was embarrassed to live a quiet life without the partying. Sooner than later, Leo's money and gold was gone, and so were his so-called friends. Wait, where did everyone go? I thought you were my friends. I have no money left. I am broke. To add to Leo's troubles, the rains did not come that year. And then, a terrible famine hit the land. Leo had nothing to eat. He had no option but to sell his clothes so that he won't die from hunger. I hope I will get some money for my lovely robes. It should sustain me for months. Unfortunately, the townfolk knew he had no option, and they bought the clothes at a giveaway price. I will give you 1 copper coin, no more. Take it or leave it. This money will not get me anywhere. I need to look for a job. He looked for a job at a rock mine, but he was not strong enough. Looked for a job to head goats, but he was not fast enough. Finally, he stumbled upon a pig farm. I do not like pigs, but what options do I have? I have to try and get a job. He finally found a job to look after pigs. "You will clean the pigsties. I do not have room for you to stay, so you will stay with the pigs." "I am cold and hungry. The pigs are feasting. I guess I will have to eat with the pigs. Their food looks delicious." One afternoon, after eating the pig feed, Leo got sick. He left the pigsties to relax out of town, and he began crying. "What have I done? I was so silly. How can I spend all that money in such a short time? I am suffering here, yet my father is a very rich man. My father's servants eat better than me. Maybe I can go back. I should go back. I will die like a dog out here. I'll tell my father, I don't deserve to be your son, but can I at least be a servant? Yes, I will go home. I have to go back." "Is that Leo, my son? I am old. Are my eyes failing me? Why does he look like he is sick?" "I know, my son. That is Leo. Let me run and welcome him back home. This is unbelievable." Leo threw himself before his father's feet, sobbing uncontrollably. "Father, I have sinned against heaven and you. I don't deserve to be your son. Just make me a servant." "Nonsense. My son is back. Servants, bring him the best robe, new sandals, and a ring. Tell everyone in town that Leo is back. Let's cook a feast. Get that fattest calf and prepare it immediately." "Yes, this calls for a party. I'm so happy." People from the town came, and everyone was happy. As Max approached the house, he saw that there was a lot of unusual activity. He called one of the servants who was serving food. "Hey Mark, what's going on?" "Didn't you hear? Your brother is back. Your father is celebrating. Everyone from the city is here." "What? He wasted everything and gets a party? That's not fair." Max started walking away from the party. He was very angry. The father saw Max walking away and he ran after him. "Son, why are you upset? I worked hard for you all these years, and you never threw me a party." Max was very angry, and his father knew exactly why and what to say. "Oh, my son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. All this wealth is yours. You have earned it. Cheer up, and please come and join everyone. Today we must celebrate, we must celebrate. Your brother was lost, but now he is found." This is the end of the parable of the prodigal son. What did we learn? Parents' unconditional love. The parable of the prodigal son shows how much a parent's love can be. Even though the younger son left home, wasted his money, and made bad choices, the father still loved him deeply. When the son came back, the father ran to hug him with open arms, happy to have him home. This story teaches us that parents love us no matter what, ready to forgive and welcome us back with joy. It shows how love can fix mistakes and bring families together again. Importance of hard work and obedience. In the parable of the prodigal son, the older brother shows hard work and obedience by always helping his father and doing what he's asked, without complaint. While his younger brother is off being reckless, the older son stays loyal and responsible. This teaches us that working hard and following rules can bring stability and trust. But the story also reminds us that hard work should come from a heart full of love and kindness, not resentment or jealousy. Both brothers teach us about balance, being diligent while still showing grace and understanding to others. Fake friends are not friends at all. The parable reveals the harsh reality of fake friends through the younger son's experience. While he was flush with wealth, his so-called companions surrounded him, enjoying his lavish lifestyle. However, once his money ran out, they abandoned him, leaving him alone and destitute. This illustrates how superficial relationships often revolve around self-interest rather than genuine care. True friendship withstands adversity, whereas fake friends disappear when times get tough. The lesson here is to discern between those who exploit us for gain and those who genuinely support and uplift us, especially during difficult moments. Importance of good money management. In the parable of the prodigal son, the younger son's poor money management serves as a cautionary tale. After demanding his inheritance prematurely, he squanders it on reckless living, Luke 15:13, leading to financial ruin when a famine strikes. This highlights the importance of prudent spending, saving for unforeseen circumstances, and avoiding impulsivity in financial decisions. The father's generosity upon his son's return also teaches us about grace and second chances. But the story underscores that responsible money management, living within one's means and planning for the future, is essential to avoid hardship.